Story 1. The gas station. I worked overnight shift at a 24-hour gas station outside Tucson. This was back in 2019. October. The job was simple. Stock shelves. Clean. Ring up the occasional trucker or drunk person driving home. My shift was 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Alone. The first few weeks were fine. Boring mostly. I'd listen to podcasts. Scroll through my phone between customers. Around 2 a.m., things would slow down completely. Sometimes I wouldn't see a single person for 3 hours straight. Then November started. November 3rd, Sunday night into Monday morning. Around 1:30 a.m., a guy came in. White pickup truck. Parked at pump 4. He came inside to prepay. $20 on pump 4. Cash. He was maybe mid-40s. Jeans. Flannel shirt. Nothing unusual. Except he didn't say anything. Just put the 20 on the counter. Stared at me. I activated the pump. He left. I watched him through the window. He pumped his gas. Got back in his truck. But he didn't leave. He just sat there. Engine running. Parked at pump 4. For 20 minutes. I kept glancing at the security monitor. His truck was still there. I couldn't see inside the cab because of the angle, but I knew he was still there. At 2:03 a.m., he finally drove off. Headed west on Route 86. Tuesday night. Same thing. 1:30 a.m. White pickup. Pump 4. $20 cash. No words. Just staring. This time he sat in his truck for almost 40 minutes. Wednesday night. 1:30 a.m. Same guy. Same pump. But this time when he came in, he walked directly to the back of the store, near the restrooms. I watched him on the security camera. He wasn't going to the bathroom. He was just standing in the hallway, staring at the camera, for 3 full minutes. Then he walked back to the counter, put $20 down. Pump 4. Left. I called my manager Thursday morning when I got off shift. Told him about the guy. My manager said unless he's causing problems, I can't ban him. Just a weird customer. Thursday night. I came prepared. Pepper spray in my pocket. Kept a baseball bat under the counter. 1:30 a.m. No white pickup. I felt relieved. Maybe he finally moved on. 2:47 a.m. The door chimed. I looked up. It was him. On foot this time. No truck visible outside. He walked straight to the counter. Stood there. Didn't say anything. Didn't buy anything. Just stared at me. I said, "Can I help you?" Nothing. "Sir, do you need something?" He leaned forward slightly. Close enough that I could smell cigarette smoke on his clothes. He whispered, "I know when you leave." Then he turned around and walked out. I immediately locked the door. Called 911. Told them what happened. They sent a patrol car. Took my statement. They said they'd look for him, but they never found the truck. Never found him. I quit 3 days later. Didn't even finish my 2 weeks. Here's what bothers me. When the cops reviewed the security footage, they found something. That first night, November 3rd, after he drove away, the cameras caught his truck circling the building. For times, he was checking every angle, every camera, every exit. He'd been planning something, and I have no idea what. Story 2. Home Alone. This happened when I was 14, spring of 2016. My parents went to a wedding out of state, left me home alone for the weekend, Friday night through Sunday afternoon. I'd been home alone before, a few hours here and there, but never overnight, never a full weekend. Friday night was fine. Ordered pizza, played video games, went to bed around midnight. Saturday morning, I woke up around 10 a.m., made breakfast. Everything was normal. Around 11:30, I heard the front door open. I froze. My parents weren't supposed to be back until Sunday. I was upstairs in my room. I could hear footsteps downstairs. Slow, heavy, walking through the living room. I grabbed my phone, texted my mom, "Are you home?" She replied immediately, "No, honey. Still at the hotel." "What's wrong?" The footsteps stopped, right at the bottom of the stairs. I typed back, "Someone's in the house." She called me. I answered, but I didn't say anything. I just listened. She was talking, saying she's calling the police, asking if I can lock my door. The footsteps started again, coming up the stairs. I locked my bedroom door, pushed my desk in front of it, got in my closet, shut the closet door. My mom was still on the phone. I could hear her crying, telling me the police are on their way. The footsteps reached the top of the stairs, stopped at my door. The doorknob turned, locked. Then I heard something hit the door. Once, twice, like someone was kicking it. Then it stopped. I heard the footsteps go back downstairs. The front door opened, closed. I stayed in the closet for 20 minutes, until I heard sirens. The police cleared the house. No one was there. They checked for forced entry. Nothing. All the doors were locked. All the windows were locked. They reviewed the timeline with me. I was asked if maybe I'd forgotten to lock the door. I told them I was sure I locked it the night before. Here's what the police found. Footprints in the kitchen. Muddy boot prints, leading from the back door to the stairs. The back door showed signs of tampering. Lock was picked. But here's the thing that still freaks me out. The police checked our security camera, the one at the front of the house. It's motion activated. Should have caught anyone coming or leaving. It caught nothing. No one entered. No one left. The only explanation the police gave was that whoever it was knew about the camera, knew exactly where it was pointed, and avoided it completely. Someone had been watching our house, knew when my parents left, knew I was alone, and knew how to get in without being seen. My parents installed 3 more cameras after that. Got me a German Shepherd. I've never been home alone since. Story 3. The campsite. My friend Trevor and I went camping in the Sierras. June 2021. Just the 2 of us. We'd been planning it for months. Wanted to get away from civilization. No cell service. No people. Just us in the woods. We hiked about 6 miles into the backcountry. Set up camp near a creek. The spot was perfect. No one around for miles. First night was great. Made a fire. Cooked dinner. Told stories. By 11 p.m., we were in our tents. I fell asleep easy. I woke up to Trevor shaking my tent. It was still dark. I checked my watch. 3:18 a.m. Dude, wake up. I unzipped my tent. What? He pointed. Across the creek. Maybe 40 feet away. There were lights. 3 of them. Small. Like flashlights. But they weren't moving. Just 3 stationary lights. In the trees. How long have those been there? I asked. I don't know. I got up to piss and saw them. We watched for a few minutes. The lights didn't move. Didn't flicker. Just stayed there. We were too far from any trail for it to be other campers. And why would anyone be standing in the woods at 3 a.m. with their flashlights pointed at us? Trevor yelled out. Hello. No response. Hey, you guys okay? Nothing. Then the lights turned off. All 3 at once. Complete darkness. We stood there for maybe 10 minutes. Waiting. Nothing happened. Eventually, we went back to our tents. But I didn't sleep. I just lay there, listening. At 5:47 a.m., I heard something. Footsteps. On our side of the creek. Circling our camp. Slow. Methodical. Like someone was walking the perimeter. I grabbed my knife. Whispered, Trevor. I hear it. The footsteps stopped. Right outside my tent. I could see a shadow on the tent wall. Someone was standing there. I yelled, we're armed. Back the fuck up. The shadow moved. The footsteps walked away. Back toward the creek. Then silence. We waited until sunrise. Packed up our shit in 15 minutes. Hiked straight back to the trailhead. Didn't stop once. When we got to Trevor's car, we checked the dash cam. He'd left it running overnight, recording the parking area. We fast-forwarded through the footage. At 2:34 a.m., a gray sedan pulled into the lot. Parked 3 spots away from Trevor's car. Someone got out. Male, wearing a hoodie, walked toward the trailhead. Same direction we'd gone. At 6:23 a.m., the same person came back. Got in the gray sedan. Drove away. Someone had followed our trail in the middle of the night. Found our camp. Watched us. Then left when we confronted them. To this day, I don't know what they wanted. But I've never been backcountry camping since. Story 4. The apartment. I moved into a new apartment in Portland. March 2022. 1 bedroom. Ground floor. Cheap rent because the building was old. But I didn't care. I needed a place fast. The apartment came with a smart doorbell. Already installed. The previous tenant left it there. It was connected to an app on my phone. Motion detection. Live video. The whole thing. First few weeks were normal. I'd get notifications when the mail carrier came. When neighbors walked by. Nothing unusual. Then April started. April 9th, Saturday. 2:17 a.m. My phone buzzed. Motion detected at front door. I opened the app. Checked the live feed. Nothing. Empty hallway. I figured it was a bug. Went back to sleep. April 11th, Monday. 3:04 a.m. Motion detected. Checked the app. Nothing. This kept happening. Always between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Always nothing on the camera. I figured maybe the sensor was faulty. April 18th. I was at work. Got a notification. Motion detected. 2:38 p.m. I checked. There was a man standing at my door. Jeans. Black jacket. He wasn't knocking. just standing there, staring at the camera. He stood there for 4 minutes, then walked away. I didn't recognize him. Didn't look like any of my neighbors. I saved the footage, sent it to my landlord, asked if he knew who this was. Landlord said he didn't recognize him, said to call the cops if it happens again. April 22nd, Friday night. I was home, watching TV. 11:47 p.m. I heard something at my door, scratching, like someone was messing with the lock. I checked the doorbell app. No motion detected, no notification, but I could hear it, right outside my door. I looked through the peephole. There was the same man, crouched down, doing something to my doorknob. I couldn't see what. I yelled, "I'm calling the cops." He stood up, looked directly at the peephole, smiled, then left. I called 911. They sent officers. By the time they arrived, he was gone. They checked my lock, said it looked like someone tried to pick it. They took a report, said they'd patrol the area. That night, I reviewed all the doorbell footage from the past 2 weeks, going back through every notification. I found something. Every night, 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., when the motion sensor triggered but showed nothing. I went frame by frame through the recordings. In one of the frames, you could see something, just for a split second. A hand, reaching up from below the camera's view, covering the lens. Someone had been coming to my door every night, blocking the camera, testing my door. For 2 weeks. I broke my lease the next day, moved in with a friend, never went back to that apartment. The landlord later told me they caught someone breaking into units. They'd copied keys somehow, had been hitting apartments across the building. Mine was just next on the list. Story 5. The phone calls. My grandmother started getting phone calls last year, November 2023. She's 81, lives alone, still sharp, but she lives alone in a small house in rural Ohio. The call started around Thanksgiving. Her phone would ring. She'd answer. No one would say anything, just breathing. Then they'd hang up. At first, it was once a day, always around 3 p.m. She mentioned it to my mom. My mom told her it was probably a robocall. Just ignore it. But the calls increased. Twice a day, 3 times. Always the same. Someone breathing, then hanging up. December, the call started coming at night. 11 p.m., 1 a.m., 4 a.m. My grandmother stopped answering, but the calls kept coming. Then they started leaving voicemails. The first voicemail was just breathing. 43 seconds of someone breathing. The second voicemail was longer. 1 minute. Breathing. Then footsteps. Like someone walking on gravel. Then it stopped. The third voicemail was the worst. Breathing. Footsteps. Then my grandmother's voice. Saying hello? Hello? Who is this? But my grandmother never answered that call. The voicemail was a recording of her voice from a previous call. Someone had recorded her. Played it back. My mom drove out there immediately. Checked on her. My grandmother was shaken. She said she felt like someone was watching her. She'd see cars drive by slowly. Headlights in her driveway at odd hours. My mom called the police. They traced the calls. Came back to a disconnected number. Burner phone. Untraceable. They set up a patrol. Had cops drive by twice a day. Installed a security system. Cameras. Motion lights. The call stopped for 3 weeks. Then they started again. But this time, the caller left a different voicemail. It was my grandmother's voice again. But she was saying things she'd never said. Complete sentences. Like someone had used AI to piece together her voice from previous recordings. The voicemail said, "I'm leaving the door unlocked tonight. Come in through the back." My grandmother never said that. Never left any door unlocked. But someone was trying to make it seem like she did. My mom moved her out the next day. She's staying with us now. The house is empty, but the calls haven't stopped. They're calling the landline, leaving voicemails, even though no one's there. Last week, my mom checked the security cameras at the house. Footage from 3 nights ago, 2:34 a.m. Someone walked up to the back door, tried the handle. It was locked. They stood there for almost a minute, then left. We don't know who it is. We don't know what they want, but they're still watching that house, and they're waiting for someone to come back. These stories are real. They happen to real people. If you've got your own experiences, share them in the comments or email them to me. And maybe lock your doors tonight.